Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT, the game, Season 3, Episode 132. It is me, Mikey Bro here. This is NXT Revolution, the show that Triple H announced at NXT TakeOver Legacy 2, where the women competitors here in NXT would get their own show. It is a B show. We are using it primarily to help build them up and get them over. The brand splits will not be adhered to here on Revolution, and I will not be recording Revolution every single time. I don't want to add to the additional videos for NXT, given that I'm running a lot of other saves, and given that these are going to be more like my PWG saves, where I'm predominantly just booking really quick matches. I guess this is more like 205 Live, where I'll be booking 2, sometimes 3 matches on the show, but really quick matches, not a lot of storyline developments. This is simply to get the ladies over. I can recap it on occasion, I suppose, and maybe on bigger episodes of NXT Revolution, the women's show, I can go ahead and showcase some of these videos, but it's not something that I plan on showing week in and week out. I can mention it on NXT if you guys would prefer. Go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know if you guys want to hear that about NXT Revolution, but I'm not planning on producing it every single week for you guys, but I will do it I will do it the first one here, because it is the first one. So, Mauro Ranallo is shown on screen with Sarah Del Rey. Mauro saying that this will be the new announcing for NXT Revolution, where NXT takes the next step in professional wrestling towards gender equality. Sarah says that while she's so glad to be a part of Revolution, and while she is Mauro, the temporary announcer alongside Mauro, she hopes she'll be able to provide the type of analysis in the interim that's required of NXT personalities. Mauro says Revolution is a more wrestling-based product with little angles where the more less used women in NXT will get a chance to shine. That is, after the first episode. We're going to have a little fun here. 2 matches tonight, 66 C+. Speaking of the first match, we see Bayley and Becky from Rage and Resistance walking to the ring. The camera then splits to showing the iconic duo. As I mentioned, Rage and Resistance brand splits do not apply here to Revolution. Bayley and Becky will take on Billy and Peyton, the iconic duo, coming up next. All right, let's see what happens. 78B for the ladies. Wow, very good. And a decent match. The iconic duo of Billie Kay and Peyton Royce defeat Bayley and Becky. Of course, Bayley winning her NXT Women's World Championship by defeating Peyton Royce earlier on in Season 1. In 12:59, when Billie Kay defeated Bayley by pinfall after using a foreign object that Sasha Banks, the boss, using the boss's legit brass knuckles. During the match, we also had Sasha Banks aid her in such a way by giving her the brass knuckles. So 71C+, a little jip, a little jab, and Billie Kay gets the victory tonight over Becky. Becky and Bayley with a 60 and 65. Peyton and Billy with a 55 and 63. Its boss has advanced but lost heat, unfortunately. Bayley is improving in performance. 71 C+. As the bell sounds, Sasha just stands outside the ring smirking at Bayley, letting Bayley know that despite what happened here at NXT TakeOver Legacy 2 just a few short days ago, that it's not over. This is not over. Bayley looks again as Becky tries to console her, all the while the iconic duo celebrates their tainted victory. Sasha is in prime form. So Bayley was good. The Boss Time storyline has advanced and gained heat. 82B, very, very solid action with probably our 4 out of our 5 most over workers, Asuka being the other one, 82B. All right, Candice LeRae, though, takes on Nikki Cross next week on Resistance. So we will do a little bit of that. And our main event is going to feature Asuka taking on Io Shirai, the NXT Women's World Champion. Asuka taking on the NXT Women's Intercontinental Champion in a title versus title non-title match. Champion versus champion non-title match. All right, and about that, I had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Asuka remains undefeated, defeating Io Shirai in 8:03 with a Billiken. Mauro and Sarah Del Rey have good chemistry, which is great. The matches are a bit of color commentary. That's okay. Io and Asuka with a 64 and 70 respectively. And I am absolutely for a B show, as you can see, our people. Absolutely thrilled with the amount of, thrilled, I guess, as I said, with the amount of quality that these two matches produced. 71 and 73 was not what I was expecting whatsoever. I mean, granted, 4 of my better in-ring wrestlers for the women, but geez, very pleased with that. As the NXT Women's World Champion, the undefeated Asuka of Manifest Destiny defeats Io Shirai, the NXT Women's Intercontinental Champion. She, alongside with her Manifest Destiny cohort, Pete Dunne, leave the ring looking back. Just then, Ruby Riott, the former NXT Women's Intercontinental Champion, and the one who will get her rematched the next edition of Rage, is seen walking down the ring by Rachel Ellering, the leader of her Ellering dynasty. Io is slow to her feet, and as she gets up, Ruby is waiting for her, hitting the Riot Act and sending Io back down to the mat after performing her finisher. Rachel has obtained the NXT Women's Intercontinental Championship that belonged to Ruby and handed it to Ruby, who's handed her championship back and raises it high above her head. The first edition of NXT Revolution, playing off the Women's Revolution in WWE, of course, with Io knowing that come next Rage, she's in one for hell of a fight. So yeah, this show was absolutely insane. 75 B- was not expecting this. A 76 B-, no specific comments to be made given that it's a B show, but a 66, 78, 71, 82, 71, 73, 75. This may be the best ever NXT Revolution show that we produce. I was not expecting this. Not at all. But I will take it. A 76 B- for an all-women's NXT show. I'm very proud of. As it stands, though, this was NXT The Game, Season 3, Episode 132, NXT Revolution. The next time you hear my voice, it will be at NXT Resistance. But until then, thanks for watching, everyone. And as you know, have a glorious, glorious rest of your day.